Over the years, many foreign investors have flocked to China, lured by the booming manufacturing and real estate economy. But for those who are used to having the rule of law in their home countries, operating under the Chinese regime may not always be smooth sailing. This was a lesson learned for one United States citizen. Michael Hull has been trying for more than 10 years to get back money he lost for investing in China. Here's more.
She pushed me to the elevator, and I was physically assaulted on the way.
Michael Hull was visibly upset when he recounted what happened on May 1st this year. Hull is an American citizen born in Hong Kong. In April, he and a group of former foreign investors had traveled to Shanghai to attend the World Expo. But at his hotel, he was manhandled by Chinese police. He was then taken to an unknown location and interrogated. After taking down his statements, Shanghai authorities confiscated Hull's passport and deported him to Hong Kong. Hull was treated that way because before traveling to Shanghai, he and his companions had petitioned in Beijing. All of them were once cashed-up investors who lost everything after being cheated in China. Since the Chinese regime opened its economy to the rest of the world, many foreign investors have seized the opportunity to cash in. While the move has been worthwhile for some, others have found out the hard way about the risks involved. According to investor advocate Hong Kong China Investment Rights Concern Group, every year thousands of Hong Kong investors are victimized in China. Only a few ever get their disputes resolved.
Usually after a dispute happens, we'll try and resolve it at the local level and continue upwards. When none of the local authorities can do anything, we will petition in Beijing to the highest authorities. Through our many years of petitioning, very few end up having their disputes resolved, probably just half of 1%. Most of the cases are not resolved.
For Michael Hull, the road to resolving his dispute has taken more than 10 years. After entering into a joint venture with a Chinese state-run company, Hull discovered that his investments, around $1 million, were illegally transferred to the Chinese enterprise. When Hull asked local authorities to investigate,
the police say we cannot investigate this case because the manager, Mr. Wu, you talking about because he is a member of the communists. So we have no right to investigate a member of the communists. We have no right, and you should go to the court.
Dr. Gao Weibang, chairman of the Taiwan-based advocate Victims of Investments in China, says situations like this happen because there's no independent legal system under the Chinese regime.
Because it is a dictatorship and its police, procuratorate, and courts are all governed by the Political and Legislative Affairs Committee. The three should be independent, but when it's governed by one entity, how can they be independent? So don't be mistaken that because a democracy or rule of law exists in our country, that China has an independent procuratorate or police. That is not the case, because over there, power overrules the law.
For Hull, power over law proved to be a personal lesson. After being placed under house arrest at his hotel in Shanghai, he witnessed fellow petitioners being assaulted by police.
A foreigner like me, when we go up in their country or in America, they always believe that the law is with them. There's a law. But this time, when I go to China, I also believe that it's a Chinese law to protecting every citizen, the foreigner, particular, but this time I can't see any law, Chinese law, protecting me.
Hull says while he cannot tell others to stay away from investing in China, he wants potential investors to learn from his experience and become aware of the risks they are taking on. Karen Chang, NTD News, New York.